Hi everybody, so I'm here today with a Lisa Eldridge holiday review. I've picked up two of the collections from Lisa, one with the three new gorgeous sparkly lip glosses and one with the three new sparkly liquid eyeshadows. But I've also picked up the new sort of light, is it damask pink? I'll get the right name when we get to the review, but anyway, this light pink in the lipstick range from Lisa, the Rouge Experience Lip. This is a new shade that works very well on me actually, so very excited to show all of this to you today. Always excited for a Lisa Eldridge review, one of my absolute favourites, and I can't wait to get started with this. So if you're new here, hi, my name's Hannah, I'm 48, I'm not a professional, I'm just somebody who really loves makeup and beauty, and here on my channel I show you the latest releases, my favourite looks, and give you any beauty news you might be interested in. If you think you'd enjoy this content, I would be over the moon if you did subscribe to my channel. I do upload here several times a week, but at least 50% of my viewers don't subscribe, so if you are watching and you could subscribe, that would be ever so helpful to me. If you're already subscribed, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate every single one of you. And my skin tone for matching up with these colours today, I've got fair to light skin with predominantly cool undertones, but they do lean a little bit neutral, and I've got blue eyes. Anyway, that is enough about me. Let's dive straight into the Lisa Eldridge holiday review. So some of you might have seen a couple of shorts I've put out with the lips because I couldn't resist. I had to play with them a little bit and I haven't had the time to get around to this full review, but thankfully now I have. If you know, I went on holiday last week and this actually arrived, this order, the day I went on holiday. I was absolutely gutted. It was delivered to my driveway when I wasn't here, so I had to ask one of my best friends to collect it for me. So thank you to my best friend for rescuing this beautiful set for me. So it's been here now for, well, 10 days, if not a bit longer. So yeah, finally we can get around to looking at them. And probably the first thing to say is this packaging is something else, isn't it? This entire collection is a huge range, by the way. If you look through Lisa's website, you'll see all sorts of different offerings in these sorts of packagings, things, top products, bundles put together. But the one that excited me, and probably the one that's going to excite most people, were these two, because these are three brand new shades in the eye and the lip products. So they're all glosses and these are all shimmery liquid eyeshadows. I'll give you the exact names and details because I don't know them off the top of my head until I actually get round to reading them. So do you know anything about the artist that has been selected to design these gorgeous boxes? I didn't, so I looked into it a little bit. I actually looked up some of her work. If you go on her website, you can see lots of her work. So I'll put a picture up now of some of the work that I found. But it says here, I can't remember where I found this. I think I might have found a website all about her. But anyway, the name of the artist is Blair Breitenstein. I don't know if I've said that wrong, and I'm so sorry if I did. Blair has breathed life into some of the must-know names in fashion, like Lisa Eldridge now, and beauty, including Saks Fifth Avenue and Prada. Her talent has been recognised by Oscar de la Renta, Harper's Bazaar and international magazines, Korea, Vogue Korea, among many more. Blair's illustrations exude an expressionist take on contemporary high fashion, largely influenced by high fashion photography. Blair takes these fashion-forward photos into a whole new realm of layered watercolours and messy smudged lines, as you can see here. Blair describes her process as spontaneous. She primarily uses pastels and markers in a small sketchbook. Her focus is to draw the viewer into this quirky, abstract and chic world of fashion. So definitely recommend looking up Blair because these are gorgeous, they really are. So I really think they're very unique, and Lisa made an absolutely brilliant decision, I think, pairing up with Blair for this, because it is probably the most unique looking collection I've seen this holiday so far. So let's dive straight into what we're going to try. So let's start firstly with the lipstick. I think I'll put this on first so I can keep it on a little bit longer, as I often like to do. So let me get the details up. This is the Dreamy Damask. I just got the refill because I didn't want to buy a new case, so I've got, I think I've got 4 cases now from the Rouge refill, but you don't need to buy the cases because every refill comes with a little cap. I haven't got the cap on now, obviously, because I've got it in the case, but I just bought the refill. But even the refill came in a box with this. I haven't kept the box, I wish I had, but it came in a box with this sort of design by Blair again. But anyway, this is a colour that's very much perfect for my skin tone. So if you're like me and you've been looking for these sorts of colours from Lisa, you might be really pleased with this one. So let me try it on. Zoom you in a little bit. Isn't that the perfect everyday pink for all year round, not specific to the holidays? It's a perfect, very wearable everyday pink. I love it. It's a really good addition to the collection, and as with all of these, it's so hydrating and creamy. The formula is gorgeous. I love this packaging. Always very special to pull out, but this is one you can just take and wear with any look, in my opinion, if this sort of colour suits you, and I think it will suit a lot of people, to be fair. But lovely, lovely wearable everyday pink. So I think it was an excellent addition from Lisa, and I'm really pleased with it. And I know a lot of people have been looking for colours like this, so I think it's going to make a lot of people happy. So if you picked it up, let me know what you think of it. I would love to hear. So before I get into any of the glosses, let's go straight into the Mirrorball eye kit. So these are the liquid Lurex eyeshadows, and they are 3 brand new shades. I haven't even looked at this at all. I haven't opened it, so we're going to do this together. I don't even know what the shades are like. I can't remember, so this is quite exciting for me to open them. Let's get all 3 out. So the first one is Aria. So Aria is described as a clear, true, cool silver. And here it is. And this says that it is shot through with bright silver glittery pearls. Works really well as a sheer wash of sparkling shine on your lids, and can also be built up. So sheer or built up. So we will look at that today. And then the next colour I've got is Rosalie. Rosalie is a warm peachy rose. I think this would work quite nicely with the silver from Aria, actually. So here is Rosalie. Isn't that gorgeous? So this has a subtle pink and gold pearl for a very soft metallic finish. And then the third one is Selene, and this one is a tarnished cool toned greenish silver. So we have 2 cool tones. Thank you, Lisa. And this lipstick works quite well for cool tones, so cool tone people like myself, we are being catered to again. Thank you, Lisa. So here is Selene. So this has pink, violet and silver metallic pearls. A little smoky, a little metallic, and looks good on everyone. So I did get out the Lurex shades I've already got, and none of them match at all. So if you were wondering, this is the only one I might slightly look at. So which one is this called? This one is Cressida. So I'll just see if there's any similarity between Cressida and this middle shade. There's not enough for you to think you've already got it by the looks of this. So there's Cressida, and that's the Rosalie, the one I was thinking there could be a little similarity between. So there is a little bit of similarity, but we're certainly getting more of that rose in the Rosalie, aren't we? But you could argue sort of got it, sort of. But I have to say, it, looking at it, I think the new Rosalie is a little bit more pretty. So I think what I'll do for now is just try them on and then take them off and then create a final look. So I'll just show you what they look like. So let's start with this first one. So this one is Aria. So here is a sheer wash of Aria, and I'll use my Merit number 2 brush to blend this one out. Oh gosh, that is really pretty, isn't it? Very sheer, definitely not giving full coverage, which is why I'm going to do quick looks with these and probably go for a final look, because I'm wondering how these might look layered over Lisa's mattes. That's what I want to know, so I'm going to try that right at the end. But let me just put a bit more of that on my hand and build it up a bit now, just on the mobile lid. A colour like this I wouldn't really want to build up anywhere else because it will emphasise texture really, but not in a terrible way. So you can see it there building up. It's not going to build it massively, but it definitely does build. Oh, that really does bring the party look, doesn't it? I love it. We're off to a good start. Let's try the next one. So the next one, Rosalie. I was really excited to try Rosalie because it's so pretty. Let's put some of this on. Straight away seeing more coverage with this one. Gosh, look at that colour. I'm just wondering if you just take your finger and you don't even use a brush. I've got a feeling, yeah, these are just going to blend in. Look at that, without even using a brush. And you've got yourself a sparkly eye ready to go out the door. Just like I said, if you saw my Merit review for their new sheens. So you can just put Rosalie on, just like that. And do you know what as well? They're not completely dried down, but the tackiness goes quite quickly. You get a reasonable amount of time, but they do also dry down as well. Such a nice colour, I love it. Just building it up now again on the mobile lid. So there it is, built up. Rosalie. So we have Rosalie put on in a rough way, and we have Aria. Gorgeous. If I take off Rosalie before it dries down too much, and then go in with Selene. So this one's the Tool, I really can't get my words right today. Again, cool toned greenish silver. The most pigmented of the three for sure. Gosh, that's pretty. I'll try the Merit number 2 brush with this one. These are all gorgeous. Definitely worth. I don't know if you can get them single. I think you can get them in singles with the holiday sets. But if you can't, this, I mean, how would you choose these? This would make a beautiful Christmas present, this set, wouldn't it? Because all 3 shades are so wearable and so easy to work with. So you can see there I've got quite a bit of depth with this one because it really is quite dark compared to the other 2. If I take a bit on the brush and just build up a bit more there. Beautiful. Oh, they're all so good, honestly, I love them. How to choose a favourite, because I want to choose a favourite for my final look. But anyway, those are the 3 now. So you've seen all 3 of them on both my eyes, just roughly. I'll take them off and I'm going to choose 1 matte shade and 1 Lurex to put the 2 together. You don't have to do that, I just fancied doing it. So I thought if you're curious and you've got some of the mattes from Lisa, you might want to see, but that's given you an idea of how these look if you just wear them on their own. And I think on their own, they absolutely work brilliantly. A little bit maybe underneath, maybe not so much with the lightest of shades. Like this one, I would put some in the inner corner, then just line with a darker liner, line at the top lash line and the lower a little bit. Mascara, done. You could do that with all 3. I think this one would work quite well underneath as well. I mean, I could show you a tiny bit of that actually, seeing as I'm about to take it off, but let me just use the Merit number 1 brush, because I do think this might be the only shade for me that would work in that way. So I could even swerve getting a liner. Yeah, it is definitely enough for me. It works. Fabulous. Anyway, let me take it off and then we can see what my chosen favourite is, if I can pick one, on top of one of Lisa's mattes. So the matte I've decided to go for is Ione. I'm going to pair this, and I said I'd choose a favourite. I'm not entirely sure I've got a favourite. I think my top 2 would be these 2. So that is Aria and Rosalie. But because I love Ione and it's cool toned, I thought it would be better to match this one with Aria. So that's what I'm going to do. So basically these two. I'm saying Ione and I've forgotten if that's actually the way you pronounce it, so forgive me. Is it Ione or Ione? I can't actually remember. But let me put this down as a full base across the whole of both lids. One of the best liquid mattes on the market. These are from Lisa if you haven't already tried them. They're very, very crease friendly. You don't lose the eyeshadow in the crease, and it's a really good base if you want to lock in your makeup for the day. I remember taking this one on holiday in the heat with me and using this as a base every single day for putting different shimmery products on top, and it really, really helped to make my makeup last. Such a good one, and I love this shade as a fairly everyday base for lots of looks. And taking this underneath as well. And now taking Aria across the lid on top of Ione. So working this just slightly into the crease, but mostly on the mobile lid because it's such a light shade. And it's blending in really nicely there to the matte formula. And that works perfectly. Exactly like I hoped. I think also it'll help with the longevity of the Lurex, because the Lurex possibly doesn't have quite as long of a longevity as the matte. So when you put on top of the matte, it's much more likely to grip down and last even longer, I would have thought. This is also showing you a good way to go day to night with these products, because you could just have the matte as your day look, and if you're going out in the evening somewhere lovely and you don't want to redo all your makeup, you could just take the Lurex out with you and just add it on when you want to go straight into party vibes. How easy is that? The matte takes a little bit longer to blend out than the Lurex. The Lurex is really quick and easy, it really is. More on there. I really, really, really like this. It's so easy as well, I love it. I'd like to see what it's like if I put a little bit on my hand and put some on with my finger as well, just to add a little pop extra. Because I always think when you do that, you get a bit more of a pop, just like you do with the powders. So just a little bit there. And yeah, I think it definitely does give a bit more of a pop when you do that, almost patting it on rather than rubbing, because it is starting to dry down the first layer. So just on the other side doing the same thing. See when you pat it, the effect doubles up for sure, it really does. Oh, it's so pretty, so pretty. I'm just rubbing it all off the back of my hand, and I can tell you now the Lurex washed off quite quickly. The matte I'm still scrubbing away, so that does sort of confirm to me longevity wise it's not going to have quite the same longevity that we get with Lisa's matte, but like I said, adding it on top of the matte will probably give you an identical longevity, so it's a really good idea. So now some of you might have seen me dipping into my Patrick Tar yesterday. If you did see my Merit Solo Sheen review, I have been, I've got the right brush, I have been really enjoying this shade here for just going under the brow and inner corner, and certainly today I don't want to add any shimmer under the brow or in the inner corner because I've got so much shimmer on my lid. I just want to keep it a pop of brightness that's no shimmer, that has no shimmer. So it's perfect for this. Also just to do a bit of a tidy up with it as well. I could go in with a liner to really emphasize this look even more, but I have to say I really like Ione on its own as that sort of subtle liner underneath. I don't really want any more, so I'm going to completely leave it because I love this look. So here we have layered the Lisa Eldridge Ione Matte Liquid and topped with the brand new holiday shade Aria in the Lurex. These just work together like magic. Easy, beautiful, party appropriate. I love them. And there's my final look with some mascara added on. Isn't it utterly beautiful? Anyway, I've taken my lipstick off, so now we can try the lip gloss set. So again, we have this gorgeous packaging, and we have 3 brand new shades in the Sheer Smooth Gloss top coats with eye-catching duochrome sparkles. This is called the Sequin Suite. By the way, this one is £60. Sorry, it's worth £60, but it costs 50. Did I give you a price for the eye set? Eye set is worth 63 but costs 57. So there is a saving when you get them if you don't just go for the individuals. But anyway, let's look at every shade. The first one I've got here is the Peekaboo Pink, which I have already done in a shorts reel because this was the one I wanted to try first. Look at this. So we have here a Bauble cerise with hot pink sparkle. I'll show you this on the back of my hand. I'm just going to try them on initially, not as toppers, even though they are described as top coats. But they've got, the ones I've tried so far, have got enough pigment to stand up on their own. Look at that. It's got quite a lot of pigment and quite a bit of shift. I'll take a tiny bit more. So we have Peekaboo. What do you think? Gorgeous, isn't it? Talk about a party topper, it really is. That's what I love about both of these kits. They are so party, which is what you want basically. What you want for the holidays. So let's try the next one. As I'm taking this off, the glitter is staying to my lips, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to completely remove it here. Because these really do have quite a bit of longevity for a gloss. They're quite grippy, they're not overly sticky at all, and they do have, for glosses, good longevity, which is another really good thing. So the next one I've got is Kensington Plum, which I've also done a reel for. The third one I haven't, so it's going to be my first time trying it, so I can't wait to try the last one. But anyway, this is Kensington Plum. This is a chocolatey plum berry with a golden sparkle. There it is. It is a beauty. And when I put this on, I filmed a few different videos with different makeup, and I had so many people asking me, what is on your lips? I did have a liner. I think I might have had one N from Lisa, and then this. Isn't it gorgeous? And giving pigment. Again, grippy pigment, sparkle. Let me just build it up a little bit more. There it is, built up a little bit more. Isn't it stunning? It really is. So, Kensington Plum, what do you think? Beautiful shade and lots of pigment for a gloss. They really are quite resistant to be taken off, which tells you about the longevity of these. Quite unusual for a gloss, which they normally just slide off, but this one's really resisting coming off. To try the last one, Chameleon Chaos. So this one is described as a burnt orange punch with a duochrome, look at this, oh, with a duochrome orange pink sparkle. So let's try this fabulous one on. It looks so exciting. I love duochrome, always up for a duochrome. Look at this. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So you can see that orange and pink as it shifts there. So let's get this one on. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's so pretty. I noticed that these were reading out of stock a few days ago, so they must have sold out in the first wave, but now looking on the Lisa Eldridge website, they are back in stock. They're also limited edition, so don't waste your time thinking about this one. If you love it, grab it. Wow, that's so nice. You can see how this one would be really good on top of maybe some of the autumnal browns we've had, and the pinky browns and oranges. Oh, it's so nice. So here we have Chameleon Chaos, duochrome beauty. Love that. But to finish my look today, I'm going to do a combination of these. So I'll start firstly with one of Lisa's lip liners. This one is 2C, one of my most used lip liners in my collection generally, but out of Lisa's. I use a lot of Lisa's lip liners actually. And now I'll put the Rouge Experience Dreamy Damask on. So there's Dreamy Damask with the liner. And now I will top it with Peekaboo. If you remember, this is the Bauble Cerise with Hot Pink Sparkle. Another example how these holiday kits take your day look to the party look. So if you're keeping your Rouge Experience in your bag and using it as your general makeup throughout the day, and then you keep this one and you take your look straight away to a party look, just like the Lurex liquids do on the eyes. Also doubling up on the hydration. The Rouge Experience has given me plenty, but this has given me even more. So there's Peekaboo and Dreamy Damask to go with the double eye look. I am over the moon with these. So a super easy final look, as you've seen, just so easy putting those two products on the eyes and quickly and easily. They are locked in for the day. I feel party ready because I've got my Lurex on top and I've got my gloss on top here, the Sequin gloss. I think this is a gorgeous release from Lisa. I am over the moon with it because we are getting all of these new products as well. They're not just bundles of favourites, which are always good because everyone likes to top up on their favourites or try them in bundles when they're good offers. But the fact that we are getting all of these 6 are brand new, which is so exciting for a holiday release from Lisa. I'm not sure we've ever had anything like that before from Lisa Eldridge. So I was thrilled when I saw them. I had to pick both up and I am over the moon with them. I'm really glad they're back in stock as well, so I'm not putting this video out and everyone's saying I can't get it. So I really hope if you wanted these you're able to get them because wow, they are something else, as was the packaging. I think I need to keep these boxes and put them on display somewhere in my room because they are stunning, stunning. So a smash hit from Lisa Eldridge yet again. Does she ever let us down? Very, very rarely, I have to say. And I'm delighted, absolutely delighted. I did not, by the way, get any of this in PR, just to be clear. I have had PR from Lisa recently, but I haven't had any of this in PR. I bought all of this myself, just to clear that up in case I didn't mention it. I don't think I mentioned it earlier, but anyway. I've been a fan of Lisa Eldridge for a very long time, and I'm just as impressed as usual, if not a little bit more today, you know? Anyway, what are your thoughts on everything I tried today? What was your favourite out of all the 3 eye shades? What do you think of this combination? Can you think of a winning combination you'd like to try with one of Lisa's mattes and one of these Lurex shades? And what about the lips? Aren't they special? Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, please do hit the like button, and if you're not subscribed, I'd be delighted if you did. But if you already are, thank you so very, very much for being here at the end of another review. I really appreciate you all. And since this is going out to you on a Saturday, I hope you have a fabulous weekend, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care, everybody. Bye.